Let's walk around in the yard, show you some of my flowers. This little flower bed, for some reason they didn't do that well this year, and I don't know what the problem is. I know we had some hot spells, but looks like I need to deadhead a few things. But that's what it is. I didn't get a chance to get any new stuff this year either. That little black-eyed Susan vine right there in that pot came back from last year. Hibiscus plant that I cut it down. I mean, about a month and a half or so ago, because it got so big and it was just falling everywhere. And I think it looks better. I don't know if it'll bloom before. It had bloomed when I cut it back. That one didn't bloom at all. I don't know what the problem is, but anyway, let's move on. I need to put some water. I think it's getting ready to rain, though. I think this got too wet. This was a big, huge lamb's ear. There's a little piece of it left, but I think it got too wet. It had rained really hard for quite a while. You know, the flood of eastern Kentucky, we got a lot of that rain. We're here in the east, southeast, central, whatever. Roses didn't do too good either, but this sedum is doing good. Look at that. It's so pretty. Starts turning that dark pink color in the fall. I hate to see summer over. My roses didn't do that well. They're starting to bloom a little bit now. This is a little knockout rose. But my tea roses, tea rose or floribunda, those roses didn't bloom much. A little bit, kind of hit and miss. Mandevilla is pretty. I need something for that to grow up and vine, but I didn't put any trellis or anything on that. These are blooming again. This is a climbing rose, and I didn't realize that's what it was until I planted it here, but I need something for it to climb on. I'm just not with it this year like I have been. These little morning glories, they're blooming on the fence. This is some canna lilies in front. Some more lamb's ear. A little coxcomb coming up there and getting ready to bloom right in the top. Look at this. Let me show you this. I'll have a little path here. Back in the spring, I was digging up some of these canna lilies, and I put some in a box. And it's still sitting there, and the box is all torn all to pieces, and this canna lily is growing out of the box. I need to move it. I need to plant it. Some more of the coxcomb coming up there. Blooming. Little buds in the top. They're so pretty. They get huge. Those little blooms, they get really big, and they're just wild. I love them. I should plant more of them because I've got a lot. Seeds. Look at these green beans. They're doing really good. I got down here in this little space. Tried to make me a little... I got green beans down there too, along that little row. And I fenced this in using some tobacco sticks and cane poles to make me a little grid or fence. And I'm going to plant peas there. So my butterfly bush is doing good. The weeds are too. But here's where I wanted to put some peas on this. Tell you why I didn't finish that project. I don't have anything in here right now, but I'm gonna get all the weeds out and prep it for next year, and maybe I'll be able to. Here's another little trench, and then I put these sticks up. My gloves there. But I had this huge hammer. It was real big hammer. And I was pounding these in the ground. And I had just taken my gloves off, laid them down so I could tie that right there. And I had my hand up here on one of these, was pounding that, and the hammer came down on my hand, and it tore it up pretty bad. Sorry if anybody is grossed out by that, but that's what happened. So I've had a bandage on it for a couple days, and I took it off this morning to kind of let that dry out a little bit and heal. But I'm wanting to get down here and plant these peas so bad. I had tomatoes in here, and I took all that out. Right here's the little pile of tomato plants. A few tomatoes in there. But yeah, I canned almost 50 pints of tomatoes this year. Did pretty good on those. I got some pepper plants here. Look at the blooms on these. I'm going to have lots of peppers. I've got some there now I need to take in. I'm going to put them in the freezer to have for this winter. I got green beans here. Hopefully, won't be long. I'm not harvested any yet from these, but they're starting to. I've got green beans over here. I don't see any little blooms on these yet either. I hope I can get some good green beans before our first frost. There's tomato plants growing over here. These are just from last year, I guess, or maybe from just seeds this year. I don't know. But look how that's gone around that pole. I think I need more of those poles in there. The peas don't quite, I don't know, they don't quite get that big, I don't think. I don't remember them. Look at this hosta. That's huge. I like that. Oh, there's one in here that didn't grow much. Look at that little hosta down there. It's tiny. There's another one. Weeds, poison oak, poison ivy, whatever. But I need to take some of these hostas and put them somewhere else. I really like that one. The color. I like this one too. I need to get some of those out of there and put them somewhere else. But I think I'll leave that one where it is. It looks like it's doing pretty good. I never water them. Rarely feed them. A little bit in the spring I'll put some kind of plant food. But I've got some berries planted here that I really need something. They got little thorns on them, but I need something for these to grow up. Need to do something with that. I hate for them to lay on the ground, all the weeds in them and everything, so that when maybe next year if I get any berries, I won't have to go through all the weeds to get them. That little structure right there, I need to take the beans off that and take that down. Maybe I can get some peas planted there too. And on this one that I'm standing under. That's it.